You're shopping in Tesco, relaxed and thinking you're completely safe, so you decide to grab an innocent bag of smoky-flavored crisps. But here's what the stores won't tell you. Right now, you're holding a product containing ingredients Europe looked at and said, the cancer risk is too high for our citizens. Like the smoky-flavored crisps, they banned it in July 2024. The UK looked at the same scientific evidence and did something remarkable. They made it legal forever. Not just legal for now, not legal pending review, completely legal. Here's where it gets strange. While Europe in April 2025 was implementing their ban, Britain quietly removed all expiry dates from smoke flavouring authorisations and got indefinite approval. Since Brexit, Britain and Europe have made different choices about food safety. Politicians promised taking back control would raise standards. But when European scientists found DNA-damaging chemicals in smoke flavourings at levels 24,000 times above safety limits, Britain went the opposite direction. I'm going to show you exactly which products on Tesco, Sainsbury's and Asda shelves contain substances that are completely banned in Europe. By the end, you'll know what's in your shopping trolley, why it matters for your family's health, and why seniors above 60 are especially exposed to great danger. Let's start with the scientific bombshell that changed everything in Europe, but barely made news here. November 16, 2023. The European Food Safety Authority published 8 scientific opinions that should have made headlines everywhere. They assessed 8 smoke flavouring products used across the food industry for decades. The verdict was damning. For every single one, genotoxicity concerns were either confirmed or could not be ruled out. Genotoxicity means it damages your DNA, your genetic code, the instruction manual in every cell that prevents cancer. Once DNA is damaged, mutations can trigger tumors decades later. EFSA scientists identified 2 chemicals in particular, furan 25H1 and benzene 1,2-diol. Both are confirmed genotoxic in vivo, meaning they damage DNA in actual living bodies, not just test tubes. Here's the terrifying part. When EFSA calculated exposure levels for toddlers eating foods with smoke flavourings, they found furan 25H1, 18,520 times above the safety threshold, benzene 1,2-diol, 24,560 times above the safety threshold. Not 24% above, not double, 24,000 times higher than the level where scientists say we cannot rule out cancer risk. For DNA-damaging chemicals, there is no safe dose. Not keep it under 10 milligrams. Not limit exposure for children. Any amount poses risk because even a single molecule binding to DNA could theoretically trigger the mutation that becomes cancer years later. The German Federal Institute for Risk Assessment stated plainly, substances that are DNA reactive and damage the genome in vivo can potentially lead to cancer and heritable diseases. No safe concentrations can be defined for such substances. EFSA's Working Group Chair Wim Menners explained, changes or mutations to the genetic information within a cell may increase the risk of developing conditions like cancer and inherited diseases. Why did conclusions change so dramatically? EFSA applied updated 2021 guidance with a decisive rule. If any single component of a mixture is confirmed genotoxic, the entire mixture is genotoxic. Previous assessments let companies argue our animal studies showed no harm even at very high doses. The new methodology examines individual chemicals, and when you find confirmed DNA damages at levels thousands of times above safety margins, the whole product fails. 8 smoke flavourings, 8 failures, 0 passed safety review. Europe acted immediately. Britain stayed silent. Brussels bans it. Westminster ignores it. The European Commission didn't hesitate. By April 24, 2024, all 27 EU member states unanimously voted to ban the 8 smoke flavourings. Even Ireland voted yes, despite Kerry Group, the Irish food giant, warning that 40% of Irish ham and bacon depends on these smoke flavourings. Despite predictions of €30 billion in reformulation costs across Europe, On July 31, 2024, Commission Implementing Regulation 2024-2067 officially deleted all 10 previously authorized smoke-flavoring primary products from the Union list. The phase-out timeline is strict. Foods, where smoke flavoring adds taste, crisps, snacks, sauces, banned from July 1st, 2026. Traditionally smoked foods, meat, fish, cheese, banned from July 1st, 2029. After those dates, products containing these substances cannot be placed on EU markets. The UK response? Silence. The Food Standards Agency issued no public statement responding to EFSA's findings, no announcement of safety reviews, no explanation for why British conclusions differ from European science. I searched FSA board meeting minutes from March through December 2024. Not a single recorded discussion of EFSA's genotoxicity concerns. Instead, the FSA pursued regulatory modernization. In April 2025, the Food and Feed Regulated Products Regulations 2025 removed the 10-year renewal requirement for smoke flavorings. Previously, companies had to reapply every decade, providing updated safety data. Now, authorizations remain valid indefinitely unless specifically revoked. The FSA characterized this as administrative efficiency, freeing up resources for innovation rather than arbitrarily fixed renewal timetables. Products Europe banned for cancer risk now have permanent authorization in Britain. What's hiding in your shopping basket? Walk through Tesco and smoke flavorings appear everywhere. The problem? You can't tell which smoke flavoring is used because labels only say smoke flavoring, never identifying the specific banned product. Walker's Smoky Bacon Crisps, Britain's favorite crisp brand, in millions of kids' lunchboxes daily. I checked multiple packs. Some labels explicitly list smoke flavoring. Newer versions say just flavorings, suggesting ongoing reformulation, but creating consumer confusion. PepsiCo told the grocer in June 2024 they reformulated across the board last year, so UK and European products no longer contain the smoke flavorings. But here's the issue. Older stock remains on shelves. Inconsistent labeling means you don't know if you're buying pre-reformulation product with banned substances or new formulation without them. Frazzle's Crispy Bacon, the iconic British snack since 1975. Current ingredient label, smoke flavoring, explicitly declared. Sold in multi-packs, perfect for lunchboxes, 84 calories per bag. Marketed as vegetarian suitable. Available at every major supermarket, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, Morrison's. Nationwide. Right now. Barbecue sauces are even worse. Tesco own brand smoky barbecue sauce, smoke flavorings, plural, listed in ingredients. Stokes original barbecue sauce, premium artisan brand, contains both smoke powder and smoke flavoring in the same product. You're getting double exposure. Cottage Delight Hickory Smoked Barbecue Sauce. Hickory smoke flavoring explicitly declared. Colgin Liquid Smoke, American import, £2 to £5 at Tesco and Amazon. Consists almost entirely of concentrated smoke flavoring. Here's what makes this particularly cruel. Budget products disproportionately contain these additives. £1 to £3 crisp multipacks. Own brand barbecue sauces. Value range smoked cheese. Premium products costing £4 to £8 more often use traditional smoking methods. Lower income families face highest exposure simply by purchasing affordable groceries. One Tesco employee explained, "You see families with tight budgets choosing value ranges. They're trying to feed their kids affordably. They have no idea they're getting products with ingredients Europe banned. The price gap between budget smoky bacon crisps and premium alternatives is £2 to £3. That's meaningful for families already struggling. And there's one group facing even greater danger from these chemicals. Why? Seniors above 60 are at highest risk. Here's the biological reality nobody's talking about. Your body has DNA repair mechanisms, molecular machinery that fixes damage to your genetic code from chemicals, radiation, and natural processes. But this repair crew shrinks and slows as you age. Research examining 135 individuals aged 20 to 60 found DNA repair capacity declines 0.63% per year, a 25% reduction over 4 decades. For elderly consumers, this transforms smoke flavoring exposure from theoretical concern to heightened risk. A 70-year-old eating the same crisp packet as a 30-year-old experiences proportionally more unrepaired DNA damage. Mutations persist longer. Cancer probability increases. The elderly also face cumulative lifetime exposure. Decades of processed foods mean DNA damage accumulates. Add declining immune surveillance, your body's ability to eliminate precancerous cells, cellular aging affecting all protective mechanisms, vulnerable seniors face compounded risks. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies benzo-A-pyrene, a compound in smoke flavorings, as Group 1, carcinogenic to humans, the highest classification. Cancer Research UK estimates 1 in 6 bowel cancer cases links to processed meat consumption. Over the past decade, processed meat-related cancers cost the NHS an estimated £3 billion. For genotoxic carcinogens, no dose is completely safe. Every reduction in consumption reduces risk. For seniors with declining DNA repair, the effective dose to vulnerable organs is higher at the same consumption level. Yet UK policy keeps these additives legal, while European neighbours protect their ageing populations. According to one elderly Tesco customer I spoke with, "I'm 73. I eat smoked bacon most mornings, processed ham for lunch. I had no idea Europe banned the flavourings. My GP never mentioned it. Nobody told us. How are we supposed to know what's safe anymore?" That's the question at the heart of this scandal, and the industry response reveals whose interests actually matter. The industry fight: Kerry Group versus reality. Kerry Group, the Irish food giant holding authorizations for multiple banned smoke flavourings, fought back viciously. CEO Edmund Scanlon wrote directly to Ireland's Taoiseach on January 30, 2024, expressing profound concern and warning of major economic harm. Kerry estimated €30 billion worth of food products across the EU would be impacted. The company sought meetings with EU Commissioner Mairead McGuinness and lobbied intensively for longer transitions. Irish Minister Simon Coveney joined the effort, writing to EU Food Safety Commissioner Stella Kyriakides on March 27, 2024, requesting minimum 2-year transitions. Yet when the vote came on April 24, 2024, Ireland voted yes for the ban, despite domestic industry pressure. Science won over economics. The UK increasingly embraces risk-based regulation, aligned with US philosophy. Require higher evidence thresholds before restrictions. Balance innovation and trade against health concerns. This divergence has precedents. Titanium dioxide, E171, banned in EU food from August 2022 over genotoxicity concerns. The FSA keeps it legal in Britain. Chlorinated chicken and hormone-treated beef, banned in EU since 1997. The UK government shows willingness to reconsider for trade deals. Northern Ireland's position creates internal UK market friction. Under the Windsor framework, Northern Ireland follows EU food safety law. The 8 smoke flavourings banned in Brussels are also banned in Belfast. GB manufactured products can move to Northern Ireland, but NI manufacturers cannot produce them. An asymmetric arrangement, media dubbed a smoky bacon border down the Irish Sea. Food policy experts at Queen's University Belfast asked, will the UK remain in the orbit of the European Union or embrace the US risk-based approach? By 2025, the answer is clear. Britain chose the American-aligned path. The implication: substances deemed too dangerous for Europeans remain legal for Britons. What you can actually do about it. 9. UK Food Labelling Regulation 1169/2011 requires smoke flavourings to be declared, but critical gaps exist. Labels never identify which specific smoke flavouring product.
No E-numbers exist for smoke flavorings. Generic flavorings may hide smoke content. Products labeled smoked may use smoke flavoring, not traditional smoking. Check every product listing. Smoked, smoky, barbecue, or bacon in name or flavor. Budget products show highest risk. Own brand bacon, ham, smoked cheese, barbecue sauces at Aldi, Lidl, Iceland. Supermarket value ranges more commonly use smoke flavorings as cost-saving versus traditional smoking. Safer alternatives exist, but cost more. Traditionally smoked bacon from butchers or premium ranges adds £1 to £2 per pack. Finnebrog's naked bacon, M&S, Waitrose, uses natural fruit and spice extracts with no smoke flavorings, but commands premium pricing. For crisps, choose salt and vinegar or cheese and onion over smoky bacon. Homemade barbecue sauces using smoked paprika, actual smoked spice, not liquid smoke, provide safer options.
According to Tesco staff, customers who ask get frustrated because we can't tell them which products are reformulated versus which still contain banned smoke flavorings. There's no database, no comprehensive list. They have to check every single label themselves. That's the burden Britain created, shifting responsibility from regulatory protection to individual consumer vigilance. The truth, nobody wants to say. 7 senior academics, including WHO scientists, wrote in October 2025, "We register our profound disappointment that decisive protective measures have not been taken in the UK." They accused the government of dereliction of duty, estimating 50,000 plus cancers and £3 billion NHS burden from processed meat consumption alone over the past decade. The smoke flavouring scandal compounds this failure. EFSA scientists identified DNA-damaging substances exceeding cancer risk safety thresholds by factors of hundreds to thousands. Europe acted decisively. Britain not only maintained authorizations but removed renewal requirements. No public FSA statement addresses EFSA's findings. No explanation clarifies why British conclusions differ. No timeline exists for reassessment. Transparency remains woefully inadequate. Budget products disproportionately containing these additives means lower-income families face highest exposure. Children consume them daily in lunchbox crisps, marketed as family-friendly. Seniors with 25% reduced DNA repair capacity consume them in processed meats and cheeses. Here's what makes this scandal particularly insidious. If you shop at Tesco in Belfast, you're protected by EU rules. Shop at Tesco in Birmingham, you're exposed to substances Europeans banned. Same company, same products, different ingredients depending on which side of the Irish Sea you're shopping. The promise of Brexit was taking back control of our standards. Well, we've taken control. The EU banned these smoke flavorings because scientists found DNA-damaging chemicals at exposures thousands of times above safety limits. Britain keeps them legal forever. That choice, made quietly through April 2025 reforms while Europe implements its phase-out, reveals whose interests drive UK food policy. And it's not the millions of families filling shopping trolleys with what they think is safe food. What should you do? Read every label. Avoid smoke flavoring or flavorings on smoky, barbecue, bacon products. Choose premium, traditionally smoked alternatives when you can afford them. Contact your MP demanding FSA transparency on why Britain diverged from European science. Which shocked you most? That exposure levels were 24,000 times above safety limits, or that Britain made it legal forever while Europe banned it? Drop a comment. And if this helped you understand what's really in your shopping trolley, subscribe for more truth supermarkets won't tell you. Because the next regulatory divergence is already happening, and it's in something you're eating right now. Thanks for watching.